Thank you, Mr. Kurz. Mr. Jensen?
Thank you. The majority of the facts relayed to you by the prosecution are accurate. The interpretation of those facts that you will hear us debate. You will not see us challenge much of the evidence. We will certainly challenge the conclusions that the people want you to make. It will be ultimately up to you to determine what conclusions to make from the evidence presented. And it is imperative that you maintain an open mind throughout the next several days of evidence. There is no question that Brandon Martin had it all in 2011, and then we're here 9 years later. But you're going to see a picture emerge of Brandon Martin, a picture that shows that between 2011 and 2015, his mind was changing. He was decompensating. He was going through things that he could not control, that his family worked very hard to attempt to work with. And it came down to, on September 15, the family at wit's end called law enforcement, said, help us. Mr. Kurz said law enforcement gave them two options. They didn't like either of them, but of course the least serious of the two, let's commit it, pursuant to Welfare and Institutions Code, Section 5150. And you'll hear that the law commands when somebody is committed for a 5150 hold, they are to be held for 72 hours. And as Mr. Kurz laid out to you, Brandon Martin was in the ETS for less than 48 hours. Mr. Kurz argued to you, and by the way, this is not a time for argument. Mr. Kurz argued to you that he was abandoned by his family, and no, that's not the case. You'll hear evidence about that. But there is no question that Mr. Brandon Martin was going through significant mental health issues that were attempted to address, but then less than 48 hours later, he was cut loose, sent on the street. Here's a bus pass, but don't go home. Or else you go. This is not an opportunity for me to argue how you should interpret the evidence presented. I will have that opportunity at the end of this trial. But this is my opportunity to stress that you keep an open mind. And as you all promised me, that you would dispassionately analyze the evidence presented to you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jensen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take just a brief recess, our morning recess, and then when you come back, we will begin the presentation of evidence.